see, we got everything turning on. Almost got my phone in time. Checking everything real quick. We'll get started. Okay, looks like Twitch is good. Looks like we're good on YouTube. Okay. We're just gonna pick up where we left off last time in Adabor, where we're building this roadway right here. Down and around into the new mine area. The next level, at least you would say, I wouldn't call it new because we've been working here for a while. But there's a little bit I have to fix right here real quick before I go any further. See, I think we're a little, what's up? We're a little high right there, so let's see if we can. How you doing? I'm doing good. Took a quick nap real quick before I started, so I might be sound a little tired at the beginning, but yeah. I don't know why. Might be able to. We got rain the last couple days, so it's probably like make me tired. All of our snow's gone, no, though. Oh, okay. Yep, you get all that studying in. I think you said you had an exam coming up, so. Yep. Glad to see you drop by for a second. What's up, Goats Killer? How you doing on this fine night? Okay, I think we're about ready down here. Doing good. Like I said a couple minutes ago, I just woke up from a quick nap, so I might sound a little tired for a couple more minutes. Be nice once we get down there. There's a lot of dirt we gotta move out. So we'll probably be on that next section for quite a while. Be good to get some of that out. Be a little bit of improvement with overall size. about to get our first truck done. I think once we get forward just a little bit more with this ramp, we will start curving a little bit more to that right. Okay, that's a full truck. Yeah, I hate how I have to adjust the camera every time. Every time I restart, it does that. But we're gonna do our usual streams this week. Still, I'm probably not gonna do like a morning one or anything tomorrow. I got some things going on in the morning I gotta go do. Gotta go pick my truck up and go help my friend trim some trees. And I'll be taking up a big piece in the morning. Got to bring this menu up. Okay, there we go. So I'm adjusting a menu real quick. This is not working. Of course, it's broken. Why don't you want to work? That would be 8. That might be a little bit too steep. I had to fix that. Okay, let's see. Try to get a good camera angle for this. That's more of the angle I wanted to get, but gotta go down there and fix that. Might have to do some more. I'm gonna start curving to the right a little bit more too. Oh yeah, let's gotta get rid of these things here. Okay, that's gonna be taken out. Let's build up some dirt over here. I gotta still go and look up what days the rocket launches are for this month, because as many of you may know, the times always change and they're not the same for every month. So and then I might end up trying out a stream where I show on YouTube the rocket launches, but I'm trying to figure out still if I will get in trouble for showing that other stream on mine. So that's still a concern. But as of now, it does not look like I will get in trouble for showing that. Yeah, you got a little bit left to do on this left side and a little bit to fix still, but I gotta do that with this. And for those that are interested, the Discord message will be going out sometime tomorrow about the giveaway. And then hopefully everybody is happy about that. I'm keeping it a little bit as a secret right now. A couple of little things are gonna change to make it a little bit hopefully nicer. And then I gotta get a couple of things fixed with the how I'm going to want to get some a couple new chat commands set up sometime this week. What I wanted to do. And then but that doesn't have anything to pertain to with the giveaway necessarily, because I was wanting to get that music thing set up a week ago, but never ended up doing that. Never ended up having time for it, really. So I'm hoping to get that done so that I can add a music bot so it can do requests. But some of that is going to interfere with the YouTube stuff, so I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do that. and still put YouTube content out there, because the music will for sure give me a copyright strike. So I don't want to do that. So I'll probably, on my, at least my longer streams, when I stream, I will be starting out streaming on both platforms, but I will probably eventually be moving to doing Twitch for the last half or last quarter of the stream. So that way I can let you guys choose some music if you guys want to play some music. Of course, there's going to be some rules with it and a couple other things, just so that people aren't playing some very obscene music. And I was looking at Roadcraft, looked like it was having had their Steam page updated quite a bit. I've been looking at that quite a bit. It's nice to see that they're getting little bit more information about the game put out and other things. I was hoping to see a little bit more better models and textures from what I saw on their on the Steam, but because some of the models look a little funny in my opinion, with like the texturing and stuff, but of course it's still in development, so hopefully some of that stuff gets updated and changed. Gotta fix that. That went way too deep there. Down here real quick. We're about halfway to the depth I think we need to be in the bottom. I think we're about the right width as well. But this is a nice gradual roadway, so it'll be kind of nice to drive up and down. Hopefully we can get some speed. And keep speed. Worst comes to worst, we can always cut more of this bank out to make the turn a little bit easier. As well. Okay, run down the bottom. We're about to have our weird fluctuations in weather tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be 60 degrees outside. And then it's supposed to drop down to 30. So we're gonna have some major weather fluctuations the next couple days, so hopefully that it doesn't give me a headache or make me sick or something. Usually when we get a 30-degree jump like that, a lot of people end up getting sick. Once we get down to the bottom section, that will be digging out. We also have to dig a long strip out, so that way we have room to drive the truck along the cut area, which we'll probably have to dig all the way down to that flat area out there. Because we're gonna cutting a big section out over here. Just wish the loading and unloading area here was just a slight bit better. Better than the first time that when I was doing that roadway right there. It's way better than that because it's a lot wider. And the turn's a lot bigger on this section. I think this is like the third or fourth truck. Always lose count so quick. But I think we're supposed to get a little bit more rain by the end of the week where I'm at. That'll be nice. The rain always makes me tired though. Don't know what it is about it, but always makes me just a little bit more sleepy. If I can park this a little bit better, because I kind of parked this a little crappy last time. I think we need to start curving a little bit more to the right. I don't know how many of you guys caught the earlier Arma 3 stream, but I had quite a bit of fun on that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I went down a little bit lower than I should have again. Oop. Didn't expect to go down like that. I gotta narrow it out a little bit more than what I'm doing, so that's what I'm trying to do right now. Oh, I gotta bring the fuel truck down here. Should be able to squeeze by the dump truck there. Oh, where's the fuel truck? There it is. This road is not long for this life. It's getting ready to get cut out completely. Okay, we're full. Let's take this up. Oh, why do the brakes suck so bad on this thing? Holy crap. I think it's this one. Yep. Run down there and fix that thing, the hole I made there again. But we need to almost around double what we have there, and then we will probably be good for depth. Yeah, there's a I've I don't yeah, I've made a little bit of progress over there. You might have not seen all that stuff before. But there's still a little bit more that needs to get added for building wise. But the mine's making a ton of progress. Ton. We're basically done with the top cut completely and getting all that set up to come down in this next section. In all honesty, this ramp I was hoping to have done before now, and being cutting out a little bit more than what we have, but we haven't been having so much fun with SnowRunner. I kind of had a couple days that I skipped over playing this and jumped on SnowRunner. But we need to be double this depth, triple this depth down to make any good progress onto getting the next cut done. Yeah, I wanted to add a break area still over on the other end. Of course I dig down too much right away. I don't want to go that much. I gotta fix that now. First cut. After immediately fixing it, I immediately break it. Can't do it right now, can I? Yeah, I wanted to add that office building over there where those dump trucks were, is what I wanted to do, was a big piece. And then I wanted to my wash plant's gonna get probably moved a little bit or redesigned just slightly. And I wanted to get a Someone made a suggestion a while back to have my wash plant a little bit, well, the processing area for like all the bars and everything further away, so that way it doesn't interfere with lag as much. Because now that I have so much smelters and wash plants down, if I'm running all of them a lot, and then I like kind of look over in that area, you guys probably don't see it, but I get like a slight bit of frame loss when I look at it. So if I had too terribly much more stuff over there, might end up seeing a little bit of lag over there. So they said you put it a little bit further away, you're less likely to get that lag because it's just a little further away. Not as much going on in that area. I still gotta go over there and clean up that wall over there. Forgot about that. Been a minute since I've actually been on this. I think it's been almost 5 days or something like that. It's been quite a bit. Because we did SnowRunner on Friday, we did SnowRunner on Thursday and Wednesday, if I remember correctly. So it'll probably have been since Tuesday, I think, was the last time we were on Out at War. It's kind of nice to be on again. The more and more we go down, the slower we are going to be at making progress, because we're going to be cutting out a lot more down here, so but not to say that SnowRunner's a problem, but I just been enjoying it, and you guys have seemed like you guys enjoyed watching SnowRunner and playing that, so kind of nice to have some people to play with on it. Most of the friends that I have that own it don't usually play it for very long. They usually play it for maybe 3-4 days, and then they're usually got enough in on it that they stop playing. So it's just the way the game progress works is, I think, kind of a killer for it, because they all want to make progress on their save, but it doesn't work like that, and then you have to like coordinate to get all your friends on at the same time to be able to play on the same save. So Looks like it curves to the left further back there, so whenever I get there, I'm gonna have to cut a little bit to the left out. But we got a nice little path going in now. The one we had originally that's kind of right in front of me, that one was good, but I think I rushed it pretty good, so it was like really uneven, and I had to fix it 2 or 3 times. But it was still a good road, but I'm trying a little bit harder on this one to get a little bit better of a quality road put in. Okay. Might be a little bit high on the left side there, but that's no big deal. That's good. Yeah, you've didn't you say you have like an exam coming up pretty soon? I don't know, not too familiar with all the exam times. Yeah. Is that like it's like a winter exam or something like that? Is that how it works? You do like one for every season? Oh, next month. On 5 subjects? Yeah, that's a lot to... I don't know what your study time period is, but that sounds like a lot for 5 subjects. What are you trying to go to? What are you trying to go to college for? Anything in particular? Or of course, it probably is, but oh, okay. Yeah, you better get good grades. I don't want to distract you, be the cause for any bad grades. Oh, you haven't decided yet. There's a lot of great things to go into, so you know, you'd be surprised. There's a crap ton of people that don't know what they're going for college for, and they're already in college. So, I mean, depending on what you go in for, um, you know, sometimes college is very fun or very hard because the things you have to learn, but You know, there's a lot of key fields to think about going into. Engineering's always a needed field, and there's going to be a lot of stuff in the future for AI and stuff like that. But you know, AI is like the biggest factor what to determine you want to go into, because AI could replace a lot of jobs that you could go to college for. So that's what I would just be wary of right now is, you know, you figure you go to college for 4 years, 5 years, whatever you end up doing. If AI is to the point where it replaces that job, then it was almost pointless to go to college for what you went for. Even though it's a field you might have loved, it's kind of a sad thing that's happening with it, but you know, eventually I think engineering will be hit pretty hard with AI, because they can make renderings and other things for, you know, planned out things already pretty easily. And so I think game development and movies and acting and music are all fields that are going to struggle pretty hard with AI coming around. I mean, plenty of actors have already, you know, they've already gotten 3D scans of their body so that when they get to the point to doing full-on AI running things, that they can use you're just selling the likelihood, the likeliness of your body. So what your body looks like is what actors are going to be selling versus acting skills now, because they're going to try to use AI to get do your voice, do everything, and so they can put, you know, mix and match versus using everything about you. Yep. I mean, at some point you need to figure it out, but you know, right now it's, you know, you need to finish up what you can with other stuff and actually getting to college. But and college works a lot different in the UK than it does the US, if I remember correctly too. Probably a little bit cheaper than it is in the US. Colleges in the US are pretty expensive in my opinion. But there is a crap ton of people that never went to college and they still made a crap ton of money. So you look at the list of some of the most wealthiest men in the world, and none of them went to college. So I don't know if that's, you know, a good comparison to other people, but college does help with overall, you know, jobs that you can get and like the experience you get there. And gonna start curving back to the right a little bit, I think. I think I narrowed out enough. I know quite a few people that have already went to college for multiple different things and changed up what they did, and all of them are, all of them, you know, got something out of them. Some of them got good jobs, some of them didn't get good jobs, and I know a crap ton of people that didn't go to college and they're making almost the same as what the people in college make. So when they get out, so it's all dependent on your field you go into, especially if you're looking at what kind of, you know, job field you want to go into. I won't give you guys his name, but I had a friend that he ended up getting a job at a factory. It wasn't the factory I work at, it's a different one. Where he is pretty high up on the chain for the whole factory of like almost 10,000 employees or something like that. And he got a job that basically usually only people that have college degrees get, because he knew so much about his job. He was training the people with college degrees to do the job that was in charge of him. And so they finally realized, well, we don't have to hire a person out of college because this guy already knows everything the person needs to know out of college or hired. And they ended up just eventually giving him the job because he trained his boss, the person that was supposed to be in charge of him, 3 or 4 different times in 1 year, because they kept having those people leave and go to different jobs, because they didn't realize how working in a factory really was versus what they tell you it was. But it's always nice to talk to someone that actually has work experience in the field to give you kind of an idea of, you know, what's expected of you before you go into whatever you want to go to college for. Is something to keep in mind. So if you can find like a group of people that say, if you want to go into you know, like programming or something like that, that you try to find a community with those people in it and ask them questions, ask them how does it work and how are their hours usually work. And because there's plenty of jobs where you think, well, it must work like this, but you're completely wrong. It like works like this. And like sometimes, like I'll give you an example. The operators union by my house, so they're heavy equipment operators, and basically you know, they only work 8 months out of the year. They don't tell you that when you fill out an application. They don't work during the winter time near us because the weather gets so bad they can't use the equipment. You know, they don't tell you things like that when you fill an application out. The only reason I know that is because I knew people on the field and they spread that information to me. And the other thing they don't tell you is the amount of overtime that was required of you. I mean, I didn't know this when I applied for it until my friend's dad told me about it because he's in it. He's like, "Yep, usually because they're not working in the winter, they make up for it with overtime in the summer and spring and fall, and that's how they make up for not working 4 months out of the year." And so he said, "Yeah, you'll probably be working 7 days a week versus like if you went and worked somewhere else, you're only working 5 days a week." And it isn't like you're working 8 hour shifts, you're working 10-hour shifts. And your job site could be, an hour and a half away from where you work, well, where you live. Of course, you start getting paid for time and travel at certain points because of that, but it's all things you wouldn't know unless you knew someone in the field because they don't tell you that when you fill out an application. See, we're almost getting to where we need to be down here. Over on our right, we can see that it's starting to get a lot flatter over there. Holy crap. We're getting ready to be on level with that. I'm getting a nice gradual road put in here at least. Probably need to start trying to cut down that left side just a little bit because there's a little bit of a slope to the right. Still trying to figure out. I might be going for another hour, maybe hour and a half, depending on how well all of this goes without ore. Oh yeah, I forgot to let me I gotta check something real quick on the other screen. Okay. No freak is on right now. That's nice. Let's see, how much more? I think we need to get down just a little bit more. We gotta fix this left side because there's a little bit of a slope to the right that we need to get rid of. Okay, let's go over here. Let's try to get rid of this little bit of... There's a little bit of a slope on this side that we need to get rid of before we go too far. That's... Just trying to get a baseline of where we need to get flat. Then I'll see if I can scoop this a little bit. Might have to fill it in a little bit. I think that's about the level of the other side. I think a little bit of it comes from me turning while I dig out a section. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get an angle, but this tree keeps getting in the way. Oh yeah, I did not bring this up yet. I don't know if you guys saw the announcement, but I do have new custom Twitch alerts. Some of them you won't be able to see until I get affiliate. I'm not too far off from. I think hopefully in the next 2 weeks I'll hopefully get it at the rate of followers I've been getting, so hopefully you guys will be able to see it then. But we do have new custom alerts for bits, subs, and followers. So if you guys are at all interested seeing that, you just stick around and hopefully we get some followers and you guys will see the new custom alerts. There's basically 3 themes that they're based off of, and I don't want to ruin it or spoil it, so you guys don't miss it and can see for yourselves. But I really like them. I'll probably get some different ones or more in the future, depending on how well you guys like them. But spent a little bit of money on them, getting them made, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. And I did go over this in the announcement sometime tomorrow. I still have 30 minutes until it's tomorrow, but I will be both posting a update in the giveaways channel to when the next giveaway is. I don't want to give too much away about that right now until the post it out and it is more finalized than what it is right now. But I'll be making that sometime tomorrow. And then sometime this week, as many of you may have seen, I will also be posting the schedule of the rocket launches that I'm going to be trying to make this month. Of course, it's probably going to get added and changed and other things depending on the weather and rocket launches themselves. So I'm hoping to catch some more SpaceX launches where they actually physically catch the rocket with the chopsticks, and then getting the there's always a crap ton of like Starlink satellite that are going up for that internet, and I think possibly for a phone service now is what they're talking about doing. It would make sense since they're like a technology and other thing company, but I don't really expect them to be making a phone. I think they could probably get some pretty good cell service, probably set up pretty simply across the world without actually having to have towers or anything set up. They just have to launch rockets into space. And I'm sure owning a crap ton of cell towers for how much, you know, it costs to launch a rocket, it's probably pretty close to the same price because those cell towers cost them a lot of money every year in repairs and upkeep and property taxes and all the other things that are involved with running those towers. I'm pretty sure it probably comes out to pretty much the same price. But I don't know what the numbers are to be for sure, but they could probably run a phone service pretty well. And in all honesty, 5G that you have in your house and 5G that your phone receives are pretty close to the same wavelength. And so basically you could just use, you know, maybe upgrade your satellites to put out cell phone signal with just internet, and that would end up you know, making it so that your satellites that have already in space can do that. But I don't know how hard that would be with the distance kind of thing. Okay, we're getting ready to come up to probably where the excavator can reach, so maybe 3 or 4 more truckloads and we'll be done down there. Like I was saying, I was wanting to get this done last week, but we were having so much fun, a good time on SnowRunner with everybody, that we ended up just working on that. hoping to, I will be playing SnowRunner tomorrow though, so hopefully, I'll catch some of you guys for the SnowRunner stuff. We always have a pretty good time for that, and all people watching are invited to it to either watch or join. I do play with cross-platform on. We have a mixture of people from around the world and other things that jump on and play SnowRunner. Not as many on Out of Ore right now, but we have had a couple people in the past join from the streams. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the depth we need to be. We're probably gonna have to widen it out a little bit. I about drove off there, didn't I? Yeah, we're gonna have to widen that out a little bit, I think, down there, because we're getting pretty narrow again. Well, also, I was thinking on, I know I was playing Captain of Industries last week. I'm probably going to be playing that again, but I think I'm at a point where I might just restart, because I'm having a couple of problems with a couple things, and I think I turned up the difficulty a little bit too hard for me to be interested in it, because I thought it would be a little bit easier than what it was, and I was totally wrong about that. So I might end up, oh, no one pay attention to that. I am going to take care of him right now. Banned. Oh, yeah, I know how it is. You get in that mood. That's how I was with school. It was hard for me to stay concentrated into studying. Yeah, especially when you've been studying for several weeks. It kind of sucks. Most of you guys probably didn't see that, but if you ever see a link posted in chat other than by me, don't ever click it. We just had a bot try to post something in chat, and I took care of it. It looks like it actually kind of got an auto stop before it got pushed through, so. Yeah, I mean, what, you've been studying pretty hard for basically 2 weeks straight at this point, if I remember correctly. So I would say I would help you, but I have probably no clue and would not be any good at whatever you're studying on, because it's been a while since I've been in school. Like you may have heard many times before, it is, there's a lot of things you learn that you will completely forget. from school. A lot of the stuff they teach you is not relevant enough in your daily life when you become an adult that you use it enough, and then since you don't use it, you lose it, kind of thing. So I hate to say it like that, but I mean, I wish they taught me how to do my taxes so I didn't have to pay someone how to do it. But, you know how that works. There's a reason behind that. The tax industry makes so much money. They don't want to ruin that. They don't want to ruin that margin by teaching people how to do their taxes in school. I forget how many billions or trillions of dollars a year those people make, but yeah, depending on, no, like, I don't want to spill any bad ill will, but usually they're not the best at helping you find jobs after the fact. You get a college that helps you find a job. Of course, you're in a different country. You're not in the US. So, you know, it's a little bit different for you maybe there, but in the US, they are nowhere near, like, they kind of like give you your piece of paper and say good luck. That's basically what they do after you pay for 5 years of being there. You know, they don't teach you enough life skills, in my opinion, in high school or in college to, you know, be able to be like, yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good. There's a lot of lessons that you still have to learn. A lot of them you'll learn the hard way. I hang out with a lot of people that are older age groups, so I end up getting a lot more information about the do's and don'ts kind of thing, and it's kind of helped me go through life a little bit better because, you know, they can help me get through situations and explain things out a little bit better than what school can, because they've actually dealt with it, and they actually I think more willing to give you the information. And because I feel like teachers you know, they're kind of told, yeah, you have to teach this way and you have to do things this way, and versus what's actually useful and actually helps people learn. That's all about how the education system tells people how they have to teach. That's why I was always horrible in history class, because I don't learn by studying very well. I learn by doing. It's like my major way of learning. And history class, you don't usually repeat history, which the human race seems to repeat it quite frequently, if you guys haven't realized yet. But you know, studying has never been the best way for me to learn something. It's always doing something. Yeah. Yeah, the US, it's more of getting getting a paycheck, it almost seems like. I mean, there's a lot of teachers that, don't get me wrong, that are passionate about teaching. Um, but a lot of it feels like is they're there to get a paycheck. Not saying that they all start out like that, because a lot of teachers, they start out with all the hope and joy to help someone, kids learn stuff. But the I think the way the education system works is they are directed to do things that they know don't help anybody, or do go over things that they know doesn't help anybody, and then they get discouraged in their job, and then it eventually becomes a job instead of, you know, a teacher actually wanting to teach. Don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near knowledgeable enough to be like, yeah, go in and start changing this, start changing that, to help fix the problem with the current system. But you can tell what there is a problem with the system that we have in the US, especially, um, with yeah, everything's not transparent. Everything isn't, you know the way they teach things in school, they make it seem a lot different than it is out in the real world. The real world is not forgiving. It is not, it never usually gives you anything. It always takes, and you have to fight to hold on what you have. And you have to work hard, and you know give to the community, give to other people, be nice. If you don't do that, and then the community just starts falling apart, because if you're always at each other's throats. But I think a lot of it comes down to a lot of, schooling's changed, and a lot of people are starting to realize that. I think very well that schooling. Oh, my machine broke, of course. What broke? Schooling's changed to the point where it is not helpful enough to to get a lot of people past, you know that high school age, because they're not preparing you with the actual life skills to do life. In all honesty, and when I was in high school, I did like an after school program that like taught me how to do like job applications. But for the most part, they never went over job applications when I was in school. It was like, why are you not teaching us how to make a resume? That was not a thing. Like, why are you not doing that? Because you're going to be filling out job applications. I mean, like, I don't know how many people, like, what the actual percentage is, but it's less than a quarter of people have the same job their whole life. Like, you're going to change jobs several times. And what do you need to do that? Well, you need to know, what you like, how to fill out a job application, um, how to do your actual job, and to have good work ethic, and to understand that, you know, you have to work to get, the things you have, because, things don't just come to you free. Yeah, that's very true. And I'll give an example. I don't, hopefully this doesn't make anybody upset when I talk about this, but there's a lot of you know, a lot of things they're just directing you on what to do. So like do it like this, do it like that, do it like this. But they're not making you free think about things. So you're not making decisions on your own. Everything is told and given to you, and so you don't have the skill to being able to work things out yourself and problem solve, because problem solving is, you'll use that more than almost anything you'll learn in school. Problem solving, you have to figure out a problem. Oh, this broke. Well, what do I do about it? Do I try fixing it or do I replace it? Well, how do you know whether or not to fix it or break it? Do you have the skill whether or not to fix it or replace it? um there's a lot of things, and that comes in handy with every job. It's like especially manufacturing, because if you have to problem solve, be like, well, this is acting up on my machine. It's not a safety hazard, but we still have to run it. But you have to be able to figure out, well, what do I do? It's like, what do I do? I wasn't told how to do this. I wasn't told how to, what I'm supposed to do when this happens. Well, you have to figure that out, and that's where that problem solving skill comes in. Whether or not it's on your own, or figuring out, being knowledgeable enough to be like, well, if this thing breaks, I know I'm supposed to get a hold of this person. Or if I run out of this part, I know I'm supposed to get a hold of this person, or I'm supposed to do this. um so problem solving skills are, and and it doesn't seem like a problem solving skill. That's just like knowing. People might say that's just knowing what to do. Well, that's a problem solving skill. Problem solving. So you run into a problem and you have to solve that problem. Whether or not it's a hard problem to fix. I need to do an oil change on my vehicle. That's a problem solving skill. What do? Do you take it to Joe Blow's oil change place down the street, or do um you do it yourself? Or do you have a family member help you? I mean, doing an oil change yourself is, a lot of people don't understand how much the price difference is. I've done oil changes. Basically, I've never really gotten an oil change done by a company my whole life, basically. And that saves you so much money to do certain things and simple things yourself. Of course, I had a truck and it sits up higher, so I didn't have to have something to lift my vehicle up. I didn't have to take skid plates off. So it isn't like it's super crazy, but I knew that with how much money I was making every year, that if I had to pay for 2 or 3 oil changes a year, it's like $150 an oil change. And I was doing an oil change by myself for I think it was like 60 to 80 bucks. I was doing it for half of what it was costing to go in and get it done by a professional. Which the professional in certain cases, especially with oil changes, is really not a professional, because they're literally most of the time like a kid in high school that was instructed, like, look for the drain plug kind of thing. Like they weren't like 100% trained on what to do. They're just they're taught generic things, and they're instructed on a lot of the things they do. Not to belittle that job. That job is pretty important, especially for people I don't have the technical skills to try and want to do an oil change, but I don't know, it's almost turning into a rant at this point. Yeah. Key takeaways. Learn problem solving skills, and a lot of the stuff you'll learn in school you'll never need again. That whole 30-minute discussion summarized in what, 10 words or something? Let's see where we're at comparatively to that wall down there, because I need to probably like redig a piece of that ramp and get it a little bit more sloped than what it is to save just a little bit more room. Once we get these first couple cuts in, it won't be as bad, but the road will be pretty nice. Something happened? Let's see. That moment I wish I had like the tape measure mod that I was bringing up the other day. I think we're still just a little bit too low. Or high, I mean. Compared to this wall over here. But this is still quite a bit higher than what my wall is down there. Of course, we got a nice gradual road down, which is nice, but see what we can do about this. I think about down there. Yeah, we need to be down. Probably come back to like right here and then see if we can get like a new angle kind of dug down, because we are at this rate our ramp is going to be way too long. I did make it nice and gradual, though. We'll say that. Let's see if we can come in here a little bit more of an angle. Okay. I think that's a little bit better. But this will be, I'll keep my speed pretty good going up this. But it's gonna add a little bit of distance versus what my other ramp did, where it was a little bit steeper, and yeah, you had to get a little bit of a running start on it and you couldn't stop on it, or you'd lose most of your speed. See if we can how low are we down here? Yeah, that's getting closer, because basically what I want is for the couple top teeth of the bucket to be where the dirt is, and that'll put us, I think, pretty close to where we need to be on depth. And then we gotta figure out how we kind of want to dig this ramp out. It's gonna be what's left of that ramp, and then we gotta probably dig another ramp down there before we do that. Where that excavator is over there. Where it's sitting is going to be the ramp over there, but that's probably going to be a little bit steeper. The only thing that's going to be really over there is that excavator and the fuel truck when I had to go fill up the other machines, so I have to go fill up the excavator, I mean. Since you canceled your studying, did you want to play SnowRunner here in 20 minutes? I know I don't want to get you in the habit of canceling your studying to play, but I figured that I would ask you. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe a relaxing game like SnowRunner will help you. Yeah. What time is it over there for you? Isn't it like it's afternoon, isn't it, for you? I think you're like 11 and a half hours, if I remember correctly, ahead of me. Yeah. Yep. That's what. 11 and a half hours. Yeah, I'll probably here in about 20 or so minutes so I can get 2 hours done on Out of Ore. And then I'll jump on with SnowRunner with you. I ended up, I don't know if you were watching, but we ended up last time we played SnowRunner afterwards, but I ended up unlocking the Twin Star, and then I ended up ended up completing those 2 quests that we went over to do. So that's we made quite a bit of progress on that regards, but I'm basically like thinking that might be the new cut level because I'm really trying to cut down that path length. Oh, you didn't understand what we were doing? Is that what you're trying to say? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that like I said, you've been pretty busy with exams, so exam studying at least. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the I don't know, sometimes I just put stuff on for like noise in the background because it gets too quiet sometimes, and if it's too quiet, it's harder for me to focus. Oh. Oh, of course, I'm stuck now. Yep, there it is. In all honesty, that's like almost the second time I've done that today, because the first time I was like, yeah, man, these brakes don't work good, and I almost did like the same exact thing. But the second time I definitely did it. I think it's is it when you're studying on your own, especially, and you don't have like someone to talk to and to socialize with a little bit or listen to something, then I feel like it's harder to study, in my opinion. But certain people can't study if someone's around, because then they just start talking too much and then they can't study. But you know, that's all goes back to kind of what we were talking about earlier with like everybody learns different, and you know, people are social beings. We like being social for the most part, and you know, we have to you have to be around people, and if you you know, just are studying away for days on end and you're not getting any social interaction, you kind of, it's not good for your state of being. That's why you always hear like stories about like scientists going crazy because they get so fixated like on doing their work, and then they just like go crazy. Let's see, we have less than 10 minutes left. Just FYI, everybody. you haven't already, don't forget to follow, check out the YouTube channel and Discord. And after I get done with this shortly, I will be switching over to SnowRunner, so I'll be back pretty quick. Oh, so that point thing that other channels do at like the bottom of the screen, the bottom of the chat window, you don't actually don't unlock that until you get affiliate. And I have a version of it unlocked with like the stream elements thing that I have. So yeah, so like that thing where you see at like the bottom of the screen where it like you earn points for like watching people. It's 50. Hopefully in a couple weeks I'll be able to get it. I'm thinking it's probably going to be like another week or so, hopefully, before I get it. Now, I don't know if I have to apply for it. It's another thing, so it might be a little bit longer than that. But once I hit 50 subs, I have all the other requirements. I have the stream time. I have the days streamed. Because I think it's actually 7 days in the last 30 days that you have to have streamed, and I have way more than that. I think I'm at like 22 or something like that days in the last 30 that I've streamed. Then you have to have 50 followers, and then I think it's 8 hours streamed total, so you have to have 8 hours of streams, which I have way over that. I have over 100 and something hours streamed in the last 30 days, if I remember correctly. Go check. Yeah, I have 122 hours streamed in the last 30 days. And it's you have to stream at least 8 hours in 30 days. But I think next, was it? I'm trying to remember the date. If I remember correctly, it's the 7th. On the 7th, my Twitch account will be a month old. Well, I would have been streaming for a month, so, which is Friday. See what we're looking like on time real quick. We're getting pretty close. If we have enough for one more truckload, so this is the last truckload, guys. Yep, I think I'm averaging so I think this is technically my 4th week that I'm working on right now. So it's I forgot I did my average. I was averaging like 30 something hours a week streamed or something like that is what I think it ended up coming down to. It's not it doesn't sound like a lot when you're talking about like a month period, but you figure 80 hours is a 40 hours is a full-time job. So, you know, I've been streaming for 3 weeks, and I have 122 hours, so you can do the math pretty quick on that. It's, you know, 40, 80, 120. That's 3 weeks of 40 hours, so I'm actually probably averaging more like 40 hours a week right now. But I'm streaming like, as of now, almost 6 days a week, so but I'm doing stuff I love is what, you know, it isn't like, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like I'm having a good time talking to all you guys and playing games and constantly trying to improve stuff and come up with new ideas. That's always a challenge. Okay, we got once I fill this truck up and dump it and bring it back, then I will probably be calling it, guys. And then I will be back in a couple of minutes, probably 5 to 10, because I gotta change a couple stream settings over and get a couple things ready, and then I'll be on SnowRunner. And of course, anybody is free to join. All I ask is you join the Discord, and that way I can send you the information to join privately versus just posting it in Twitch chat. Don't worry, we do not attack people when they come in there, so you have nothing to worry about. We only had 6 people die. Okay. Run this down the hill and we will be good. Will you be ready in 5 to 10 minutes to hop on SnowRunner? I'm assuming so. Okay. Then I will see all of you guys 5-10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how long it takes to set stuff up. But I'm hoping to be back pretty quick here. So I will catch you guys in that time frame.